Advocacy transformed my life.
Advocacy means empowering people.
Advocacy to me is a chance to stand up for yourself.
Advocacy gives those who wouldn't normally have a voice.
Advocacy is about encouraging and enabling someone's voice to be heard.
Advocacy is a voice to trust.
I started having problems at work and at home with driving, with counting money, and I couldn't understand what was happening. It was in November 1999. I went for various brain scans and a consultant told me I had dementia. I used to go with my mother to visit people in hospital. I saw people with dementia, they were drooling, and that was my impression, somebody with dementia.
A long time ago, not long after his diagnosis, he was changing the oil in our daughter's car, and he came in after he'd done it and said, "I've just put washing up liquid in our car instead of oil." So we had to get the car drained.
There was no help available. I just came home, and like a lot of people, closed the curtains, closed the door, just sat in a dark room for a long time till I met Brenda.
I suppose in a sense I feel that I've got a talent for inspiring people and getting them to do things that they want to do.
I'd like to tell them what it's like being diagnosed with dementia and living.
A lot of people out there are frightened off when somebody's been given a diagnosis of either dementia, mental health, learning disabilities. People actually sort of steer away.
This isn't my normal route, so I'm unclear about the buses. Brenda would come with me to advocate on my behalf when dealing with officials, because some officials are very obstructive. They tell you, if you've got a mental health issue, they've got no time for you. They want to get things done quickly and get rid of you. So it's good to have somebody that would stand up to them.
I've worked in different occupations and I've watched people being ignored because of other people's inadequacy about mental health, dementia. So I feel really, really strongly that we should all have the same rights to dignity, choice and respect.
Brenda found out I used to take photographs, so she got me retaught how to work the camera. So it all started from there.
I think that people out there don't understand what advocacy is. I think there is a bit of a myth about advocates that go in and complain and are always shouting and moaning on behalf of a client, and that's the wrong image totally. Really what it is about encouraging and empowering an individual so that they're treated as an individual and with respect and dignity.
My name is Sina Hudson. I live at Woodlands Nursing Home. I'm a widow. I love knitting. I like watching television. I like dancing. I like bingo. What happened to me and my family is a bit of a shock to everybody. Approximately 2.5 years ago, my daughter was power of attorney. She's still paying for my keep in here. Went to the building society to discover she stole, and I mean stole, all my money. You put your trust in your family, and it's very, very upsetting when you find out what they can do to you and have done to me. A shock. I just couldn't believe it.
I made up a list of all the receipts that have been produced, and I just wanted you to have a look through them. So
One of the advocates helped me to find out what was what.
You're their advocate, you're listening to them, and proving it by doing the work with them, going with them and supporting them to advocate, making sure that what you say on their behalf is entirely what they've told you, because the role of an advocate is to listen and to hear and to take forward. And when we're talking about working with somebody around, say, an issue of financial abuse, that might involve making phone calls for them because they don't feel that they can make those calls themselves, going with them to the bank, and all those sorts of practical things that they might not be able to do themselves either. Well, this is what we're going to put in the letter, what you wanted to put in the letter.
The advocate helped me in every way that they possibly could and took a load off my mind.
The best thing of my job as an advocate is seeing people get what they want, be able to have access to choices that they wouldn't have if they didn't have an advocate.
Well, it gives you a bit of security, you know, it makes you feel that you've got somebody there helping you on your way.
My name is Rachel Carmichael and I am 16 years old. At my last school there was a lot of bullies and that, so just moved to the school and I've made loads of friends here. At one point at my last school I actually had my nose broken when I was wee. There was a bully on the bus. She gave me sways and then told me she spat in them and then she swears at me and all that. Didn't want to go to school, didn't see any point in school. If I wouldn't have met Catherine, it wouldn't have changed much. At the moment I'm going to an after school club called NBA, short for No Bullying Allowed. Catherine comes and helps us with the group and that.
Do you think it happens more with the younger children then?
Mm-hmm.
To be an advocate needed to have skills to work with children. Some of them have communication problems with their learning disabilities, so find it very, very hard to express their feelings.
Call you names.
They call you names. What kind of names do they call you?
Geek and freak.
They'd had experience of bullying and also wanted to do something to try and raise awareness to how big a problem it was for them, and that resulted in 2 animations.
We did a wee storyboard for the animation. It's got a very strong effect on people.
The boy never really did fit in at school. Being so different didn't make you so cool. At breaks, he would just sit all alone, wishing his parents would come take him home. At lunch, they poured milk on his head. He walked to the office with his heart filled with dread.
It makes me feel frustrated because so many of the children say that there's bullying, not just in school, but also as well in the community as well, in their streets. And a lot of the children are saying to me that they don't really think people take it seriously.
I've told teachers, I've made them understand, and I've kept nagging them about it. And I've helped some of my friends out that have been bullied and all that. Everyone hates bullies. I've did presentations in the school. I've did presentations in front of all the teachers in North Lanarkshire.
When something is successful and we advocate on behalf of a child or a group of people and we have a positive result, I think that's the best bit. It's fantastic.
Advocate to me is a chance to speak up for yourself and a chance to speak up for other people.
With advocacy, it got me back into the community, back into life. So it's done wonders for me. And I said, it's actually gained a lot of respect for people with dementia, because people didn't think we could speak.
I had a phone call yesterday from Michael Brennan, James. He's wanting you to do another talk to a group of students.
I was so ill that I needed just about everything done for me. But Brenda managed to coax me that I could make decisions for myself, and she helped me to make them. Yeah, so I'll talk about that.
He's actually advocating for himself now, and he's actually sending a very, very important message out to others with dementia. And it's a great example of how advocacy can work.
He tries to inspire other people. He tries to teach them that, let them know that they can do things that he can do if he gets proper support.
The bottom line is, it's your wishes that will come through. The advocate doesn't have to agree with you. What they've got to do is to give you choices, and you then make your choice as an individual, and then they'll support you fully in carrying out that choice.
What I'd say to someone who's thinking about becoming an advocate is, yes, do. Go ahead, become an advocate. It's a great thing that you do. It's a great service that you do for someone.
To me, it's a chance to stand up for yourself.
Advocacy did a lot for me in getting things that I wouldn't normally have got.
You know, you've got these rights, so if you want to take it forward a bit further, I'll be there to support you with that.
It's a huge, rewarding job. It's really, really nice to watch individuals grow.
Advocacy is a voice to trust.